Yes, I was an atheist, and a good one at it. You might say, how come an atheist could ever become a Christian? Well, on his own he can. Let me tell you this. I was born and was raised in a communist, atheist, evolutionist society. My first 18 years of my life, I was brainwashed and indoctrinated by the best. And by that, I mean there were no better atheists, there were no better atheist teachers than communist ones. Wouldn't you agree? I was thought that there is no such a thing as God, that religion was the opium of the masses, that only weak-minded people will fall for such myths and stories and fantasies and fairy tales. And I believed that. Not only believed that, but I used to mock and harass anyone, especially the older people, who were going to church or were doing a cross sign and talking about Jesus Christ and talking about God and all these things. I was, in a sense, persecuting them. I was young. I was a young communist, and we were doing a service to mankind in persecuting and denouncing those Christians. I received a good education, atheistic, evolutionist education. I believed in evolution. It makes sense. From a logical perspective, it makes perfect sense. When you know that 1 plus 1 equals 2 and 2 plus 2 equals 4, you can do the same thing backwards. It makes perfect sense. So I used logic and find evolution as an unbeatable fact, scientifically proven. What happened? I left the country. I came to this side of the Iron Curtain. One of the first things I did was reading the Bible. Why? Well, I was curious. And I read the whole Bible and didn't make much out of it. It was still a fairy tale to me. Yeah, some nice stories, some nice teachings, some good advices, but it all looked so fantastic, so illogical, so I don't know. It's just a fairy tale. But things started to change. I was, of course, not anymore under the influence of the communist authorities, so I started to explore religion, philosophies, Eastern religion, Eastern philosophies. I read many books and literature about the Hinduism and Confucianism and Islam and all these things, and all of them sounded good, but still not much more than fairy tales. But something started to change within me, and I cannot take responsibility, or better yet, I cannot blame those changes that started to take effect in me on my own will and desire. I didn't want to change. Why should I change? I was okay. The word was logical, everything was logical, and everything was okay. Why would I want to change? It was something beyond me. And I started exploring, reading, asking questions, listening to radio programs, watching TV, reading newspapers and all these things. And little by little, as I was growing older, I started to question a lot of things that I was indoctrinated with by the communist regime. And I realized that I have been brainwashed, that I have been lied to, that I have been manipulated, and that made me, in a sense, angry. But on the other side, very curious. So I kept digging. I explored the Mormonisms, the Latter-day Saints, the Jehovah's Witnesses, all these sects and cults of Christianism. And none of them were giving me answers that were convincing and compelling. I started reading the Bible again, this time with an open mind, without my preconceived communist brainwashed mentality, but an open mind. I let it flow within me, and it changed me. But the Bible didn't change me. The Bible is not an instrument of change. The Bible is just a book. It's just pages with letters on them. It's a book. It only contains information. That's all. What changed me was that I started to have a personal relationship with the author of the Bible, with the creator of the universe, with God. He revealed himself to me, not through the Bible, but through meditation and through studying the Christian doctrines. I was an atheist, and I was proud of it. Today, I am a Christian, and I am proud of it. But not only proud, I am thankful, because finally My life has a meaning. Finally, I have a reason to live for, and I have a reason to die for. I am a Christian, and I'm not ashamed of it. I love my Lord Jesus Christ with all my heart, with all my mind, with all my strength. I love Him. And I'm not brainwashed anymore. On the contrary, I am free for the first time in my life. I am free.